Alrighty, welcome back to Contrast. My name is Lexi Tenney. I am here again with Mike Jones and Shelby Hamilton, and we are joined again by the legend, Fonz Morris. He is dropping the mic as he drops wisdom bombs. Thank you so much for being back here again.
Yeah,
are you ready for more questions?
Whoop, whoop. Yeah, for sure. No, thanks for the support. Glad to be here.
Absolutely.
All right, here we go. We're rapid fire. Let's see. Speed versus craft trade-offs. How do you decide when pixel perfect matters and when good enough wins?
I think it's tricky because craft is super important, and I'm never going to tell you to, hey, Mike, Lexi, just like ship out something that's just not ready. I think it's more of, are we literally pushing pixels? You know what I mean? Like, are we just saying, no, let's try it over here. No, let's try it over here. No, let's try it over here. Versus, no, let's try a whole new iteration of something. If we're just pushing pixels, I think we need to come to a consensus of like, hey, it's time to stop. And if we have time involved, then we definitely need, like, it depends. We need somebody that's going to be minding how much time we're spending on this, whether it's our PM or whether it's the design manager. Somebody needs to be managing the design time of like, okay, hey, Lexi, you've been on this for like a week. We don't have any more design time, so wrap it up, right? So where she can't push pixels no more because I'm telling her like it's due.
It's good.
And
yeah,
I think
wrap it up.
And I think that's kind of how I would say it, because when you say speed versus like pixel pushing, I never want somebody to feel like they gotta cut corners on the visual, right? But I definitely don't want you to just show me 8 versions of the same button. At that point, it's like, yo, this is not like now.
Pick one and move to the next thing.
That's why I'm saying like iteration of like, if she's like, no, I just want one more chance to do a whole new vision of this.
Yeah,
I get it. If you like, hey, let me get some more time and your iterations are like small, now you really are pixel pushing, and I'm gonna do you a favor and just be like, we should probably.
That's good. Yeah, I like that.
You're like, you're going to be burnt out. I'm going to be burnt out watching you be burnt out. It's not.
Because I'm just always mindful of like, what we doing? Like, what are we doing right now? Like, are we close to the design? Are we just like having you do a lot of production work? Do we need to do? See, I'm really more conscious of, did we not give you the right direction to do what you need to do? And it's more work that we need to do. Because what ends up happening is, we don't have clarity, so we just getting clarity from you doing all these versions of designs, which you should. There's a thin line there, There's a thin line there of, okay, do you know what you want to do, and then now let me go kind of execute on it. Versus, I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do, so you went to try to go execute it, and then I saw it and was like, nah, I didn't really like my idea, so now let's do something different. That's not really efficient, and that's not really how you can get a lot of things done fast that are like actually like accurate and what you should be doing. So I would just be really mindful of always asking that question. I'm like, yo, what are we doing right now?
I was going to ask, do you think that your background and experience in growth like helps inform these like modalities of like being conscious of time, being conscious of like the budget and like how you're spending resources? Because a lot of designers don't really have that business side mentality of like, what is this affecting to like the revenue or like the, how much money we're actually spending here? Do you think that that has, again, informed your choices to be more time considerate?
No, not all. I would say first it was always the entrepreneurship, because I'm the one doing the work and I need to get this design over to Mike because I need Mike to pay me. Because I don't have a steady check coming in from anywhere. So I need to close the project. Right. Like, I can't stretch any projects out with Mike. I need to get the work done with Mike. So I'm going to be on top of, like how long have I been working on this? And like, how far am I from getting some kind of payment from Mike, either the deposit or to close this out, right? You know what I mean? So you always want to be wise of that as an entrepreneur, because time is money. I think the other complete flip side of that is when you're at an institution like Netflix that moves so fast, that has so much on the line, you're moving like fast, but for a different reason. Like In both situations, I'm moving fast, but now at Netflix is more of there's like engineering cutoff dates that we're trying to get stuff by. It's like Q1, Q2. It's like engineering code may shut down, or we're running other experiments, or here's this window that they're telling us that we got to be able to get this done, or we got to do like UX research. So there's so many moving pieces. I think when you look at it from the big tech, blue chip tech perspective, that you're moving fast as well. So I think both of them helped me understand the importance of speed, but I think the entrepreneurship was the one that kind of really laid the groundwork because I was doing the work.
But you still want to have the balance between quality and speed.
Always,
right? You got to find that happy medium.
Quality, like you can't not knowingly. Like if I show you a design, Mike, and you be like, you know what, Fonz, hold on. You could have did this, you could have did that. You just helped me make the design better. But if like I came to you with a design and you was just like, bro, this is just like a bad design, I think that's two different situations. And I'm not trying to find myself in the latter. I'm always trying to find myself in the former where you're like, yo, this is good, Fonz. I actually like this. But you know what? What if we like did this and we kind of collaborated and made it better? Bong, that's a go. So I don't feel like I sacrificed quality on that. I feel like you came in and raised the quality of it versus the second go of like, yo, you're not even doing quality work right now. And that's a different problem that needs to be.
So in that same mindset, how are you coaching junior designers as a mentor to feel that way, to think that way when they're starting out?
I think you just have to show your work. That's another thing that I wasn't the strongest at because I was so used to being an entrepreneur and working on my own that when you get in tech, once again, people want to see your rationale. So you having long ass breaks between showing stuff doesn't work. It just does not work like that. You should be trying to get on a calendar to show something. Like if you want me to keep it real for the podcast, you should be probably trying to show something every week.
I agree. I mean, you should bring him in the process of like ideation. Really.
That y'all should be having a weekly crit, right? And if you're having a weekly crit, you should have slots for everybody to sign up for like a good 15 minutes over an hour. And everybody needs to be jumping on there. Like if you go a week without seeing something, without me seeing you on the crit, then you kind of just put yourself in the target because you should always have something to say, something to show. And I'm not saying a finished design, like give me something. And that's where I'm going back to the whole concept of people want to know the rationale behind why you did something. So you can't be hiding it. Like what you doing?
We do that every Friday as a company.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So like come to the crit, sign up. I would tell all junior designers to, if you're nervous, good. Still jump in the pool.
You care. You care if you're nervous.
Eventually you're going to learn how to swim. Yo, just jump in the pool. Trust me, people will respect you more for jumping in the pool than standing on the sideline.
100% agree with that mentality. That's awesome.
That hit me. That was, for internal, like our design director sends out a list of like, here's who's presenting. And every single Friday I'm like,
I love it. Let's go.
I know. Mike's like, put me on the list. Put me
on the list.
I want to go number one. There. Like, yo, I'm just showing, even if I only get 5 minutes, it's like, I don't need a whole 30 minutes. Every week, I'm not going to want 30 minutes, but I want you to hear from me. Like, I want you to know my face. I want you to get used to my name. I want you to be aware of what I'm doing because I want you to know the value I'm bringing. If I don't see you presenting, then you know what you end up being? Who are you again? Oh, were you a designer on like what team? Like, what are you working on? I didn't even know you worked here. Like, I've never seen you before. You don't want that.
That's wild. It's great advice, though.
Shot on the podcast.
Lexi, what's good? I see you all the time presenting. I wish I presented as much as you. I love the project you just were working on. Oh my goodness. Do you want to come and present what you just presented to us, to my team? Because I saw some like overlaps. That's where you want to be, I feel, when you're working in a corporate environment. You don't want to be on the other side.
Any environment, but I agree.
You are literally so right, and I'm really mad at you right now about it.
You want people to know your name, fam. Like, you want people to know your name, for sure. For sure.
It's
you
so
want
true.
to be able to, and you want to show your work. Like if you doing hot work, why would you not? You want me to show it? I'll show it. Let me show up. I'm like, look at all the work that me and Lexi did. She doesn't want to. Let me present.
Shared credit.
Let me put my name on Lexi's home. That's fine too. I'm down
I love
for that.
it.
Oh man.
So yeah, I would just say, get out there, be visible.
I think it brings up a good point though of like, do extroverted designers go further in their career just because of their ability to be center stage versus introverts, you know?
No, I would want to say that. I think, but because there's still a time and a place where at certain institutions, like an institution like Meta, an institution like Netflix, these like highbrow design spots, craft is important. You can be quiet and be killing them. You can be loud and be killing them, or you can be both. You know what I mean? I think at the end of the day, you may have a bigger brand if you're extroverted, but that doesn't 100% correlate to you're more successful than an introvert who is at the same company that's not.
Yeah,
That's really good.
for sure. Yeah, absolutely.
But I want us all to communicate more though. So like that's the call to the introverts, and to the extroverts, keep going. To the introverts, hey, let's figure something out. Like if you don't want to be on camera talking or something, and you wanna, then you gotta write memos, or you gotta be in Slack. You gotta be somewhere. I gotta see you somewhere. Fine. If you don't want to be the camera person, I'm not gonna hold you for that. I'm still gonna need you to be on camera. I'm gonna need you to say something periodically, but I'm not gonna need you to become an extrovert overnight. But
Sure.
That's fair.
like,
That's fair.
I gotta see you. I gotta hear you and I want to hear you. I want to hear from you. I want to see you. So I would want all my introverts to just put a little bit of effort into figuring out what's the communication medium that works for them.
Ooh,
Nice.
That was really
Nice.
good.
Yeah,
Really
great
good.
advice.
Thank you. Yeah.
I think that goes a long way in kind of the opposite direction too, knowing that you're valued even if you don't show up the same way that somebody else does. Because I'm extremely extroverted. I will talk the entire meeting if somebody lets me. But that I know that my value isn't just in talking, it is my work. And so someone who's also creating fantastic work but isn't out here blabbing for 15 minutes about it should be valued the same way.
And their work should just speak for it. Like I got a buddy of mine at Netflix. Shout out to Emily. Not like super introvert, but definitely an introvert. But when I tell you, I haven't met many designers that their work just like blew me away, because she was just so like technical with it. Like, man, her flows were just almost like a work of art. You know what I mean? So they spoke for themselves. When you saw it, you was like, Emily probably did this. And it wasn't because Emily was like, hey, check out the new flows I just did. It's when it was time to look at it. She has set the bar so high for her quality of work that I think that's another way that, I mean, not everybody's work will be that good, but the work is the work.
Truth.
Yeah.
The work is the work. That's a t-shirt right there.
It is. The work is the work. Like that's wherever. That's whatever. That's like design. That's working at a rental car spot. That's whatever.
That's right.
Shout out
digging
Enterprise,
ditches,
right?
whatever it
Shout
is.
out
Yeah.
Enterprise. The work is the work.
Yeah.
I love that. I'm going to be so honest. There's a question in here that like my brain can't even comprehend. You are on a side of design that I have like not even dared to touch, but I kind of want to ask it from a perspective of almost like explain it to me like I'm 5, like as someone who doesn't do what you do. What is your playbook for sizing a design task? So it says like what variables, data risk, engineering lift, brand sensitivity, what do you weigh first? So for me, like my thought process
Resources.
of design is so different.
Resources.
But yeah, what
like scale of project and resources. Like I'm immediately thinking to myself, like, just to myself, like even before I have engineering to back this up, I'm like, so you can definitely do the classic t-shirt size, like small, medium, large. And it's like, is this a large? It's like, if this is a small, then if it's a small, you're saying it's a small because you know how many people you probably need to get it done. And then now it's like, do you even have those people? If you don't have those people, then like that's a whole nother problem. You gotta hire, you gotta find a contractor and stuff like that. So the first thing I'm thinking about is trying to put a quick size around what I think scope could be, t-shirt sizing. I'm then thinking about the resources that I have, and then I'm thinking about timing. And I'm saying timing third because I can decrease timing depending on how many resources I have. If I put timing before I say resources, then it's like, well, how are you coming to the conclusion of how long it's going to take when you don't know how many people you have or how many people it'll take? So that's kind of how I would look at it. And then with the time, the last piece of the time is how can I phase this out immediately, like phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4, or whatever. And then from phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4, I'm thinking, yo, what's the easiest low, like MVP-ish thing I can get to the client? And the client can be internal or external. What's the like MVP, or what people like saying now is MLP, like most lovable product, whatever. I'm saying like a good enough version that you're comfortable with sharing. How quickly will it take me to get that? Because what most people don't understand is that's the magic moment, is the moment that I get you like a prototype or something that you can really
something is in your hands now. It's not just out in the sphere.
It's different. And you learn a lot from that moment. So I'm definitely not waterfall no more, where it's like, yo, let's holler once this is done. I'm like, cool, we got this rough skeleton, like bong here. Cause you might be like, ooh, this is not what I thought it was going to be. Like, this is not what I thought it was going to be. On his part, he might be like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad we didn't go farther. Or he might push back on me and say, cool, I like this, I want to do this. Or, hey, I want to do something different. We still so early that I should be able to still make some changes. We should still be able to tweak some stuff and then not be like, oh, we derailed the project, versus you waited too late to tap in. And now if you make a change, it's like, yo, we wasted this engineering money. We wasted this design money. We're already too late in the process and stuff like that. So that's the kind of process I would go to really allow yourself to be honest with the scope and understand how many people you think it'll take, and then think about the timing, and then now like breaking the timing down, prioritizing and trying to get an MVP out the door.
And communicate often and early.
Yeah, like that's the best thing you can do. Like no matter what, like if you want to win, you just gotta holler at people, man. Like you gotta holler.
Agreed.
Even when you don't have nothing. To be honest, if you want to really win, you holler even when you don't have nothing to say. Because it's like, I'm building this consistency with you. I'm building this rapport with you that you're just used to me giving you updates on stuff. I might just be like, hey, Lexi, this week we just did some more like UX research. We updated the Figma files. If you want to like check it, see what's up. Next week, we're starting on engineering.
Oh,
that's like
I love that so
quick check-ins.
much.
That's nice.
That's like a 3-sentence email. You might not check the Figma. You might not even care that engineering will start next week, but you feel updated.
You're tuned in.
That feels like a level of trust where it's like, you know, you put the baby to bed, you know, everything's good. You know that like dad's still in the driver's seat. We're en route. Like we're good to go, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Because I don't know what's going on at all. And that should never be the answer of somebody just being like, I just don't know what's going on. Cause it's like, well, let's get to the root of that. So what, did I try to communicate with you and you wasn't listening? Or did I not try to communicate with you and like that's on me? Or were we communicating but we were talking about the wrong thing? So that's on the both of us. So there's just a lot of communication and design that I think if there was going to be like a design degree that I curated the curriculum, like I would have a whole semester focused on just communication.
Oh, yes. Yes, sir.
Yes.
And they don't do that a lot.
They do not.
Designers don't know how to communicate. Designers communicate through artifacts. And I'm just like, that's changing. Even now it feels like, oh, I could do no code and get something up and lovable. And it's like, but you see, you still missing the point. You missing the point of you jumping to the prototype only. I said I want a prototype, but remember I said I want the rationale up to how you got the prototype. I don't want you to just send me a link in the email and be like, check this out. I'm like, I don't know what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
Golly.
Plus,
Get
I
it.
think there's so many clients that they say they want one thing and then they actually see it and they go, wait.
Mhm.
What is going on? And if they're involved in the process along the way, like you said, you don't have to sink the ship at the very end. You can kind of start before you add the life rafts.
Yeah, for sure. So reach out. That's what it's all about. Like at the end of the day, like the whole moral of the question that you just asked me is like figure out that process and then make sure you're communicating through the whole process. Like you're communicating internally, which means with your team, and you're communicating externally, which means from your team to the client.
Awesome.
Get it?
So good. So good.
That wasn't that hard.
I appreciate.
I like that.
I saw the question. And I was like, I don't even know what this question is trying to ask right now. Just because that's so not. I haven't touched that side of this world really at all.
That. So
and
like
so even
data risk and stuff,
scope.
that's like way down the line. That's not something that I mean, we could think about it. Like honestly, if we're going to do something where we're going to be asking for people's credit card information, it doesn't take us to be like a level 7 engineer to know, well, we want to make sure people's credit card information is safe. You know what I mean? So like we're going to go with a platform, you know what I mean? Like we're going to go with a platform like Stripe because we know if Stripe ain't safe, that ain't our fault. So certain things I don't think you have to worry about, like certain variables you don't have to worry about at certain parts.
Do you feel like there's ever a certain use case where everything that you just said kind of gets flipped on its head? Like I know you said data risk, if we're managing people's credit cards, are there certain kind of maybe industries that you would touch that you're like, oh, we'd have to flip it completely upside down?
I think just businesses change, things change. Like I said, I was working on a project at Netflix and the new CPO was like, all that stuff y'all was working on is not priority no more. Like this is the new priority because we have to figure out how to stop password sharing. So it just was like literally flipping something completely upside down. I respected the leadership behind it because that's what the company needed to do. And I think you see that in a lot of different ways. You don't see it as much, I think, maybe at an agency, like you wouldn't see it as much unless the client was like, I hate all these designs at the last minute, or like maybe they wanted to like switch something like that. But like, I don't really feel like you see as much. You shouldn't see as much waffling. Like it shouldn't be there. Like the product management and the project management and the business development side should really have the design team set up to where it's not a lot of waffling, because it's like it's avoidable when you think about it. Like it's avoidable.
I got to ask a question. So how did it feel becoming like literally the villain of like what 2021 of like with the password sharing change? I mean, we were like in COVID at the time. We were all locked down on Netflix, and then y'all dropped that on us, and it was just like,
we waited.
Whoa, come on now.
We waited. We actually waited. We was going to drop it a lot earlier, but we waited because the brand was being. I mean, people were using Netflix in the most amazing ways, right? So I always tell people like, hey, I'm this biggest, I'm just super pro user research because I like talking to users. So we were doing a lot of research to try to understand why were people sharing their password. And we were doing like massive, like global research. Like we were talking to people all over the world. And some of the stories that came back about why people were sharing were just so, some of them were beautiful, where you don't know all the ways people use these tools.
Sure.
Like one family was saying how there was two separate families that did something kind of similar. One family would like all get together and like try to watch the movie at the exact same time. So they would all like get their iPad, their TV, whatever, and like sit together and it's like play. So it was like they were having their own like watch party. Another family would watch Netflix during the week, and then that would be the topic of their conversation for the weekend, like at the family and stuff like that. one guy was like, he would log into Netflix to see what avatars his nephews updated to every week, and that was how he knew what was up with them. And then
Aw, like what they were interested in.
for like
That's
2
cute.
weeks,
Cool.
for like 2 weeks, they didn't update their avatar. So he called his brother, like, is everything okay with the kids? Like, are they fine? And the brother's like, what's wrong with you, man? And he's like, yeah, because the kids didn't update their avatar. And he's like, oh, because they haven't been playing. Because they haven't been watching Netflix, like they've been at camp or something like that. But it was just like, that's how he was using the platform to keep tabs on his nephews. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
I'm gonna cry.
by doing that research,
Awesome stories.
by doing that research, it just puts you in a different mindset of how you're going to solve a solution that's that big. So even though it's funny because some people did consider, like I have had people say, the Netflix police and stuff like that. And we really did stop people from sharing. The solutions that we put in place to stop it were very like empathetic, very methodically like thought out precision to really solve the whole problem, not just some of the problem. And that's the part that makes it just like one of the greatest product design problems I have ever solved, because it was just so important on so many levels. Netflix was losing billions, hundreds of millions of people were sharing their password. You know what I mean? It's like there's a multi-billion-dollar brand at stake if they do it wrong and stuff like that. So how do you solve that? And that's by talking to all the people and understanding, like, why does Lexi share? Why does Shelby share? Why does Mike share? Because y'all don't all share for the same reasons.
That's true.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was, yeah.
Yeah.
I had no
I
idea
did
that
not
was
expect-
that was behind
Me
it.
neither.
That was really
No.
interesting.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
man. It was so much. And then it was like certain people share for financial reasons. Like certain parts of the world, people share because they feel like it's my familial responsibility to share. Like, why would I not share my password with Mike? That's my brother. Or we're like, we live in a part of the world that people don't make as much bread. So we don't have $20 to spend on no Netflix. So Lexi put up $5, Mike put up $5, I put up $5, and Shelby put up $5. Or I pay for Netflix, Shelby pays for Hulu, Mike pays for HBO. So you got to take all of that into consideration, because it was just that many people sharing. And by having that data, now you really can try to figure out, like, okay, well, we're going to do this for that. We're going to do this for this. We're going to do this for that. And we came up with like almost like 5 to 6 different solutions that ended up allowing password sharing to be what the company considers as being successful. What I consider.
Oh, yeah. We like the way it is now.
Yeah.
Is that, did like watch parties and all of that come out as a result of the research, or was that prior to it?
I don't know if they offer it now. I don't know if you can do watch party on Netflix.
Okay.
Like
Somebody does, right?
Yes. Amazon lets you do it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And I've seen there's like third party apps that you can
but
you
those
can
aren't
each
like-
log in with your Netflix account, and that's
those
a
are
whole thing.
like those are third party, like whatever. But the company did not do it. It's just not important enough. Sounds like it is, but when you got like over 300 million people, you really want to make sure that you're working on the right stuff. And
That's
like
fair.
watch party is kind of like novelty. So like maybe even, and what's funny is that a company like Netflix is watch party. Like even if you launched it and you got 5 million people to use it, it's like,
Yeah. What's the actual conversion percentage? 3%?
Right.
I mean, like what did Netflix benefit from even offering watch party? Like, were you going to leave? And because I said I have watch party, now you're going to stay? Because now that's value. If not, you wasn't leaving anyway, Shelby. So why do I need to give you watch party? It ain't that big of a deal.
We gave you Logan Paul anyway. So like, we know what's up. We know what the people want. You know?
I'm putting our energy into the right spaces. Like I gave you live. You know what I mean? I gave you ads where watch party is cool, but you're not watch partying every day. So is it really worth me putting the time in watch party, or do I put more time into making live better? Put more time into making ads better? So that's kind of what it's like. It's like priority is so critical at an organization like that because engineering is just work is expensive. So you don't have time to be building the wrong stuff.
Yeah.
So true.
Well, and there's
So
so
true.
much, I mean, even the way we're talking about it, there's so much of an automatic buy-in with something like Netflix. Like something that you said really stuck out to me of like, were you going to leave? Like,
Right.
I like that the presumption isn't like, how are we going to get you? You know, you already have them.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
how do we
Am I
keep people
keeping-
from leaving?
So it's like Shelby, is watch party an acquisition feature or is it a retention feature? Because it's not acquisition.
Yeah.
You may think
No.
it's acquisition, but
No.
everybody
No
ain't
way.
got
Already there.
to go sign
Yeah.
up to Netflix so that they
Yep.
can watch party. Now it's like, well, then if it ain't acquisition, then it must be retention. And it's like, well, are you going to leave because you don't have watch party? And it's like, no. So then that's how you see something like that easily not be able to get the support or the momentum or the buy-in it needs to ever make it on the roadmap.
That's
Yeah.
smart.
I mean,
Thank you.
on top of it, you like, how many guys are going to lose their Netflix and chill card, right? When the girl's just like, well, no, we can just watch list it from home.
Right,
Like, I'll
right,
see you
right,
there
right.
in my bed
Right.
with my dog,
He's like, I was
my
already,
blanket,
like, I was already in the car.
my
I
ice
was running
cream.
on my way over. I was already
Oh
on
my
way over.
God.
Like now we're Netflix and chilling from separate. So,
Good night.
but that's
Clip
how
that.
product
That's
and
amazing.
growth works.
That
So,
got
like,
asked.
to bring that all the way back, that's the growth part. Like that's how a growth design company would think of. Yes, this may be a good idea, but it ain't that good.
Good night.
Can we just hire you to talk to us every day? Like, is that?
Oh my gosh.
You guys just
You have so
it's
many
been
good
years.
stories, dude.
It's just I have so many good stories from just all of the different projects that I've worked on. Just like a story like about grinding, like I'll tell you real quick is when I did my design agency, I ended up partnering and like design is all about networking and about communicating and stuff like that. One of my first partners that I worked with, we went to the same college and didn't even really know each other. Like I knew of them, but I didn't really know them. But once I started doing my designs, I started to get nice and people started to like want to work with me. And I started partnering with one dude and then that dude connected me to the other dude who had this like connection to the entertainment scene in Philadelphia. So we just started doing like, I just was working on whatever projects like mixtape covers or whatever, like banner, anything. Before you know it, now I know this guy's name is not the most popular anymore, but think about this. Think about 10 years ago.
I feel like I know who you're going to
15
say.
years ago.
20.
22.
Yeah, I'm waiting for
20
it.
years ago, damn near. It's like, imagine me going from, I decided I'm gonna start my design agency to like working on like one of Kanye's rollouts. Like we're getting paid from it. Ain't no funny business. I'm seeing my work on the web. It's on the blogs. It's everywhere. And I'm just like, we got Ye as a client. And then we ended up getting Jay-Z as a client as well because we had Def Jam. So by having Def Jam, we get all the artists that go through Def Jam. So by just being a consistent designer that just was trying to put out the work, being available, I just kept getting more and more shots to where,
That's exactly how it
well,
is.
you know it, I'm like visiting websites and I'm seeing the banners that I did on the site. And it's like, you can do anything when it comes to being a designer. Like, I really think you can do anything, but you just got to put the work in.
100%.
I literally can we just do a quarterly with you? Like at minimum, like just a font sequence or session segment,
We
just
said that
you
was gonna
like
work out.
bring it back. Let's hear
It's
all
happening.
these stories.
That's
like
so
I'm
many
an old school hip hop head. Grew up in Jersey.
Man. What? I'm
yes,
from
yes.
I'm from Brooklyn. So when you said Notorious B.I.G., I'm like, you kidding me? Like I had the bootleg mixtape.
No, I am like Mike and I like love hip hop too, but like I grew up in Jersey for a while, went to school in Delaware, ran amok in Philly. I have friends down in Atlanta. Like she just married T.I.'s like manager. Like
nice.
I love the hip hop scene so much. It's like it's such a fun world.
Yeah, it is.
As soon as you started talking, I could see Shelby like,
oh, yeah.
Wait, what? Who?
Yeah,
Come on now.
I got so many cool hip hop stories of and it all comes from just deciding to be that dude who was going to be a designer. Like nobody wanted to be a designer. Nobody believed in themselves. Nobody wanted to take that jump because it's so subjective. Like you might do a logo, like I might design this for y'all and y'all might be like, yo, that's so whack. That's the wackest thing I've ever seen in my whole life. Now I got to rebound from that. Like I got to rebound from y'all saying that something that I thought was beautiful is the wackest thing ever. And do you another version and get over the fact that I already think you might not like. So there's a lot of mental hurdle to being a designer and especially being a successful or entrepreneurial designer. You know what I mean? So you got to hang in there though, because when you hang in there, there's still not a lot of designers in the world, even though it feels like you may think it's a lot. That's probably because you in the bubble and who you following and the algorithms are showing you like-minded people. But when you really go out in the world, ask people what their profession is. How many does who's really gonna say that? Of the 8 billion people on this planet, I promise there's less than I'm saying there's less than probably like 2 million designers. I think there's that little designers. That's not a lot of people, man.
That's so it's not a lot of people in the grand scheme of things.
That's
You're
nobody.
Right.
That's literally nobody when you think about it. So when you do want to take that journey to become a designer, I mean, it can be very, very fruitful for you, career, like success-wise, like I think life-wise, I think the experiences, the people you'll meet and stuff like that. Like it's a great profession to be in. I don't think I would have did anything else. Like I always try to ask myself, like, what else would I have done if I wasn't a designer? And I still think it would have ended up being creative somehow.
I 100% agree with that. I think the only thing I could think of that would be my second choice. Is I love food, and it's another outlet of creativity, right? You're in there taking a mixed bag of something and making something beautiful out of it, and you're doing the same thing in design. So I think that would translate kind of like my mindset, but I also love to eat. So there's that. What would you guys do?
Yeah, like I think that's a great question to bounce around, Shelby, Lexi. Like if you wasn't in design, what other industry?
Musician. That was my
creative,
first.
Still a creative profession.
Yeah, it's still creative. That was my first kind of love. And I think it still fuels a lot. I'm a drummer. That's my main.
What?
That's my main instrument. Yeah. Percussion.
Listen,
percussion got my heart in like sixth grade.
Let me tell you, you need a YouTube channel, you need a TikTok, and you need a Twitch channel.
Yes.
And
do it.
You don't do anything but play, and you take requests from people, and they can tip you to take requests to play.
I want to see this happen.
I seen somebody do it, and it was it was so cool because I think she might have been like 19 or something, but she was nice. And she was just filming in like her room pretty much. She would have her camera up. It was on Twitch. And she would just be looking and somebody would donate something and they'd be like, hey, play by YouTube or whatever. And she was so good though that it wasn't even like you was mad. I'm watching it like, man, she's really good. This is a good idea. Like taking requests. I just think it's something about female percussionists.
Yes.
Like I don't know if you see them as much. So when you do see one who's actually really good,
we're a rare breed.
like Lenny Kravitz's drummer, man. I remember vibing to her when I was in college forever.
She's fantastic. I'm 100% gonna name drop just for a second because I think she deserves to be name dropped. And the chances of her saying this are medium to high.
Very high.
Haley Brownell. She's from my town. She was Olivia Rodrigo's drummer for a number. for her like big sour tour. She was out there. She's the reason that I became a drummer. She literally used to go to my dad's jam sessions. He's a jazz musician.
Oh, he is.
And I saw her behind the drums and I was like, girls can play drums?
Right.
Like I thought I had to like pick like princesses or ponies. Like
be a nurse.
I could pick drums.
Like I could be a drummer.
And yeah. And so I ran up to her. I was like, how'd you get started? I ended up being a part of the same percussion group that got her started, ended up working with them for a number of years. Shout out to them as well. But yeah, Haley Brownell, she's absolutely crushing it. And she's just a creative through and through. And yeah, just want to like shout her out. Absolute ridiculous talent.
Lexi, I think you should give us a solo at Creative South. Just a quick.
Dude,
I can make this happen.
Just a quick.
I will do it.
Intermission,
we
like
have the house band.
Like, and we got some music talent for y'all. Lexi, you just be up there like.
Dude, I'll do it. I love to drum.
Those drums like that. Like, yo, that's Lexi.
I'm gonna swap out the house band. For one intro. That's what I'm saying. But no, she's not
what we gonna do.
Like, there's so many musicians that could play together at CS that we take. Like, I have a house band that plays on stage. We just swap y'all out for every position, and y'all jump in for a set. But I think Friday you should showcase this Friday in front of the whole team.
See that?
That should be your Friday showcase.
Shit would be.
I don't know how to mic my drums well enough to showcase.
We'll figure it out. We have 4 days.
That's not a good enough answer.
4 days. We will workshop this tonight.
That is not a good enough answer.
Okay.
So
I love it.
Okay, so Shelby,
what would you do?
The last.
Oh, I don't know. So like when I was younger, I wanted to be like an archaeologist or Indiana Jones. Like that's like all I wanted to do.
Yes.
Like out in the pyramids, like finding ancient treasures. But I like went through a very significant period where like all I wanted to do was be a director for hip hop music videos. And like I just loved it so much.
You mean
I don't know who that is, but like I just want to do rap videos, rap music videos.
You got to go look up Hype Williams. He's the legend. Like he's not the originator, but trust me, he's done a lot of he made me want to do music. So we got this in common, Shelby. I wanted to do hip hop videos before I became a product designer, but in the little digital aquarium that I was telling y'all about from Georgia State, there was already other people in there that was already way nicer than me. So I just was like, damn, I'll never be as good as Gabe. I'll never be as good as like Zoo and Orlando. So I was like, well, do something else. I'm like, well, they don't have graphics for their stuff. So let me start playing with graphics and logos. And I was like, you don't know how to do a website. So I understand why you would want to be a hip hop video producer. I just think it's just something about that form of expression that it just was always really interesting to me.
Oh, 100%. For sure.
That's cool.
We should collaborate on one.
Yeah.
Please.
Mike Jones on the crew. Listen, look, Lexi's on the drums. Mike Jones is on the mic. Me and you behind the camera.
That's not.
I love it. I actually.
This sounds amazing.
Oh my god, we have to do it now. We said it. We spoke.
We have to. It's funny.
The vibe is just flowing. The vibe is just flowing.
Absolutely, 100%. I got to introduce you to my friend Paris. So we went to school together in Delaware, but he's operating under the name Jet Phoenix Films. But he did hip hop music videos, did a Wiz, did Ashanti's last video. But he's up in Delaware trying to like really revitalize the like art scene, but also like bring like an opportunity for like kids who are like lower income to like teach them how to like get out of the hood, which is like the coolest thing ever. But you would love Paris so much.
Okay. Connected. Let's make it pop. Let me see some of his work. All that.
Also, Shelby knows everybody. Like I'm not joking.
Like, I'm getting that vibe.
She's connected.
Everybody.
Yeah, I'm sensing that. Like I'm sensing that for sure. Like I don't know why I'm sensing that.
I feel like her contacts list is like triple mine.
6 Rolodexes deep.
I just like say yes to the universe, you know? Like that's key to everything. You just say yes. Like God's going to deliver.
Don't pass on the opportunity. You'll miss out.
You got to. I told you, closed mouths don't get fed.
Ooh.
I mean, everybody knows that.
Bye.
Though, right?
I'm leaving. I'm going to shut on the podcast.
It's so true.
You don't. How you gonna eat with your mouth closed? You know what I mean? You need to be out there. Like that's why I was like, you need to be at the meetings, and that's why I just threw you out there, Lexi. Like you need to be playing your drums at Creative South. You need to take all opportunities that come your way. It's always gonna be some kind of learning lesson from it. You know?
It's so
Agreed.
so funny because like Lexi, you're acting like you don't like to be seen, but like you love to chat. And like the thing that's so great about you and what you're a big part of your value is like you bring culture, you bring vibe, like, and that's really hard to like make to synthesize. Is that the right word? Or like to create, like it just doesn't exist. So like you bring the energy, you bring the spirit, you know, and like make everybody's day brighter. So like there's value in that, you know?
Most definitely.
Thank you. That is very kind. I think my problem is I like to be seen. I'm not even gonna front there. I like to be seen. I don't like to ask to be seen. I feel like that's where the struggle bus comes. And Fonz attacked me today by being like, well,
what's wrong with asking to be seen? Now you don't have to be like annoying with it, but once again, closed mouths don't get fed. So if you're waiting for me, to ask you to be seen versus you controlling the situation and constantly asking me to be seen.
That's good advice right there.
Ooh, yeah.
Lets you know, how do you really want this situation to turn out? Do you really want this? If you really wanted this, you would not be waiting for me to ask you for anything. You would be bugging me to the point where I'm like, Lexi, if you ask me one more time, and you're like, I'm going to ask you one more time. And I'm like, no, you're not, because I said, yes, let's do it. I'm just telling you, like, sometimes it really does take that. So take that with a grain of salt. I'm not saying that you got to switch your style immediately, but I do think proactivity is like always.
Truth. Yep.
all right.
Oh, yeah.
I've been attacked enough today.
No. That's lifting you up. That's lifting you up.
I'll take
No,
feedback.
it's
You
good,
got stuff
it's
from
good.
me. I'm used to it. The Netflix feedback was so rough. Somebody told me was like, and I only did this one time, and they put it in my like annual feedback. Like that's how brutal Netflix was. They was like, "Can you stop reading your slides? You sound like a robot." Stop reading my slides. I sound like a robot.
Okay.
I was like, but I only did it once. It was like.
Oh, man.
And it was for a bigger presentation that everybody agreed to read the slides for because we had a script that we wanted to. But that was the feedback that I got. So I'm pretty good at taking feedback now. Like, I mean, I try to analyze it.
I'm gonna flip the script for just a second. I feel like they must have sensed that, you were reading the slides and that you felt like a robot, because I feel like it's almost like a weird compliment. Like your authentic self and the way that you communicate is so natural, and it feels so conversational, even when you're talking about very high level things. So
yeah.
So
it's one of those things.
I did the science to understand where she was coming from, but she didn't word it like that. She worded it as like, "Don't read your slides."
You're like, ugh.
Okay.
Well, like, honestly,
woo. Now I got to the jewel of it later of be authentic, don't add your own pizzazz, and that's what you bring to the table. But once again, I was saying most people don't know how to communicate. So you may have something good to say, but if you deliver it the wrong way, then it may cause more harm than good.
And you can't always tell tone and all that through the written part. You know what I mean? Like,
I think you can tell. I think you can tell.
Sometimes.
Like, unless I'm trying to
per
be
my
cryptic,
last email.
Like, unless I'm trying to be cryptic, Mike, I think you know my vibe from when you read it. Like, that was a good email. Or, I feel like he was maybe taking shots at me in that email. Like, are we ever going to get the designs? Like, because I know you said last week, and it's already like a week later. You're like, that's a shot.
That's true. That's true.
You could have just said, let's get on the meeting.
I retract what I said.
Let's get on the meeting to catch up.
Is that even like professional to respond in an email? Like, shots fired. Right?
Right. Like, that's funny. That's, I think you get to the point where you have your key go-to replies. of like, Shelby, thanks for the feedback. I will definitely make sure to keep you more updated in a situation like this next time. Like something like that, where you never, because the thing is, you really never want anybody to see you sweat. Like, that's to keep it real. Like, you never want nobody to see because once I know what pushes your buttons, Shelby, once I know what pushes your buttons, Lexi, I can keep pushing them. If I don't know what buttons they are, I can't push them. Ooh. But if I'm like, I know Lexi gets so like sensitive when it comes time to giving feedback about her designs, then I know at that point it's like, I got you at that point, versus it's like, no, she's great with feedback. Like, I can't tell.
I'm so chill.
Right.
Can't wait to be seen. I'm going to ask everybody.
That person that's just like, man, you're just so poised. Like, wow, nothing gets to you. You way rather be that person at the end of the day than the person who's like, all I got to do is talk about this and watch them go. Happens every time.
Watch them go.
Dang.
Like that. No, that doesn't work. It just doesn't work. Like, it doesn't give you the upper hand. Like, you want to have the upper hand in any and everything you do. You can't.
So you recommend meditation, right?
Yeah, for sure. Like, going for walks. I actually got some advice, right? And it was such good advice. It said, anytime anything is going on, you pretty much should just go take a walk. Like, if you're feeling good, go take a walk. If you're feeling bad, go take a walk. If you're feeling sad, go take a walk. If you want to, like, take a walk, just like always go take a walk. So I'm more of a walk person than meditation, but I am really, really pro you taking that time to like focus on yourself and think about things that's going on with you. And I think that's what meditation is actually trying to get you to do as well, but not necessarily stopping and carving out the time to meditate. But I definitely think you should take the time to focus on yourself first. You got to.
So good.
It's hard out here right now.
Definitely.
Like, hard out here, man.
It is.
Hard, yeah. Like, that mental wellness and that mental health, excuse my French, that's real. There's a lot of people going through a lot of stuff right now. So
100%. On that note, you talk a lot about tapping in, right? You want to be invested in your work. You're very entrepreneurial in your spirit. Like, that is very clear. I know you mentioned walks. Like, how do you do work-life balance as someone who, it seems like you are in it 110% of the time? How do you take care of your mental health in that?
So one thing, that's a good question. And I think everybody listening, or like everybody should also answer that same question, is I'm centered around what matters to me. Right? Like, I know what's important to Fonz. Not necessarily what is important to Mike or what's important to somebody else, but I know what's important to me. And I'm always going to be proactive to keep those things in line. So my relationship with my wife is important. My relationship with my daughter, my relationship immediate family, my relationship with like my health and stuff like that is important to me. So like, I'm always going to make sure that I take time to prioritize that so that I'm good. I'm also going to be very conscious that I'm not perfect. I'm not trying to be perfect. I'm always going to be very conscious that there's like two sides to every story. So I'm taking all of that into consideration when I'm saying, hey, do I need to stop working right now? Or is this situation just hard and I'm like, kind of giving up, versus I just need to grind a little more and push through it? Or have I been grinding so hard that right now putting another hour in or something might not even be healthy for me? So it's like I'm asking myself real questions as opposed to just saying, well, it's 5 o'clock, so I have to quit. I have to stop and log out. I can't do that. Like, it may be something that's due tonight, so I may have to work more now than later. So that's all that to say is I'm tapping in with all the things around me that's important to manage that, where my daughter knows I'm an entrepreneur and she knows her father works hard, but I'm also the first person to ask her to go on a walk with me to Marshall's or to Safeway. I'm also the one to take her for a walk with her electric bike and the dogs, and we go the extended long way so she gets the ride longer. You know what I mean? I'm the one that makes sure
that's awesome.
that we take a family vacation, but I'm also cognizant that we're from the East Coast, so I try to make sure that my wife gets to hang out in New York for an extended amount of time because that's where her mom, her father, her sisters are. So all of that is work-life balance. It's not just when I'm not at work and when I'm at work. Because if you're a designer and if you're an entrepreneur, I just think it's very, very blurred. So
yes,
it does get that way.
All that to say,
I think our industry has the hardest time with that because, right, even what we were talking about, we're all creative minded. That you can't just turn that off.
Yeah.
You can't. Honestly, when we're talking about Netflix, I can't watch a Netflix show without getting inspired and thinking like, oh, I got to go do this.
Why do I have to turn it off? That's more of a worker, like a blue collar 9 to 5 mentality of like, I work at a factory, so I'm off at 5 o'clock. So like I'm off work. Now, like I didn't start at 9, or maybe I started earlier. So now I'm off at 3, or like maybe I started at 10, so now I'm off at 6. It's like the whole concept of 8-hour days and 40-hour weeks because of the internet has completely expanded. So I think those same ideologies are trying to hang in there, and it's just like it just does, like it didn't evolve is what I'm saying. Like that thought process of, hey, everybody can't just get off work at 5 o'clock. And everybody doesn't start at 9, and everybody's not just going to only work 40 hours a week. Some people may have to work 50 or 60. Now, if that's unhealthy for them, that's something that they got to come up with. But that's just where we are now as a society. So it's not just you. It's not like you created the 60-hour, 70-hour work week. That's just what some jobs require.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, I feel like schools have that same mentality still. The old school mindset of how we treat education, of teaching our kids that you go to school from 8 to 3 and you have to be there and you have to learn this way. And I just feel like that's not, you could get so much more out of life if you had your traditional stuff, just like the traditional workforce. But I feel like you get so much more out of learning if you were like, I love taking my son with me on trips, and I'm gonna get blasted by my wife for saying this, but like I don't care if he misses school. I think he's gonna get more out of it when he goes and meets with professionals in my world. He's gonna get more life experience. You know what I mean? But the current system was built to produce workers to do those jobs, those traditional 9 to 5 jobs, and I feel like we need to rethink all that. But yeah, I'm with you.
You have to. Like I took my daughter out of school for a week in November because I had a speaking engagement in London. So she hadn't been to London. My wife hadn't been to London. And then
all day support that.
Let's fly into London and take the train to Paris. Come on, that's a lifetime.
Yes.
Like
I bring my kids on stage with me. That's a
lifetime experience.
Yeah.
Now I'll keep it real with y'all because we've been keeping it real the whole show. Did her school send me a letter and say if your daughter
of course they did
day of school, she's going to be considered truant? Yeah, and I was willing to take that. I wasn't oblivious to that, but I also wasn't about to deny them the opportunity to go to London and Paris. I just didn't think a week of school was worth more than that. We had her doing some work on the plane, and she did a little bit of work, you know what I mean? So it wasn't just like a complete vacation, but hey, if you got the opportunity to expose your children to something where they can learn that may conflict with school, I don't know, I'm open to at least hearing it as opposed to being like,
I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
Like, see, you'll come up with that years from now. You'll have to deal with. And you'll be like, this is what Mike and Fonz was saying years ago.
Here's the deal. I was online. I did online school from 4th all the way through high school. My sister's doing her senior year online. I'm very pro, like, get the kids out in the world. And whenever people are like, oh, you were homeschooled? I'm like, that's the H word. I'm sure there's plenty of good homeschooled kids.
It's almost like a
just
stigma,
the ones around me are like weird. So I didn't want to be associated. But, my parents, they were like, it worked really well for our family. And if that works for Miles, then like, I'm all about it.
He's going to be your roadie.
100%.
Right on.
My goal is to, like, I got 10 years to get a business together that's making enough bread to hire my daughter. That's my goal. Like,
that's smart.
There you go.
Smart.
If she wants to go to college, go for it. Make it pop. You got to do something. But if you got to do something, you know what you're going to do? You're going to work for me.
Love it.
I think that's the biggest win.
You can hire her now, tax free, right?
That's right. It becomes a tax.
I saw that on TikTok, and then it was like, you can't do that. And then it's like, yes, you can.
You so can
yes,
do
you
that.
can.
Yes, you can.
Your baby
Yes,
had
you
1
can.
month, and it's like my 1 month old works for me. It's like your 1 month old.
Dang, I should put Miles to work.
They hold
He's
the
living
stapler
for free in this house.
Yeah,
Pampers, just Pampers commercials, girl.
Miles
That's it.
gotta hold his
cute.
own. You gotta
He's
bring
pretty
him
darn
to
cute.
the table.
Gotta earn your avocados, son.
Brings the cheeks to the table.
Gotta earn your avocados, son. I like that. I like that. Like I know we're all over the place with these questions, so if you want to go back to them.
Honestly, it's just been a treat to
It's so fun.
talk to
I
you,
agree.
get to know like your philosophy about so much of this industry is just, it's refreshing.
Thank you.
It's been a great conversation.
Yeah, I mean, listen,
Great
this type of design needs this kind of community, like in like the double sense of it. Like they need more
Preach.
shows like this where designers are coming together, talking about different things and sharing the trials and tribulations of being a designer and things like that. And then designers also need, just other people that are designers that I just want to, what's up? Like, I need that support. So that's why I told y'all, congratulations on doing this. And I think you keep pushing it and you just be creative with ways to keep just making this hot. Just keep trying. It's y'all. It's y'all. So you can do whatever you want. You know what I mean? Like, you can do whatever you want. Like, I love the idea, like you said, Shelby, I'm coming in quarterly to pop in. And it's like, hey, I'm here. Or you got something else this week. Or you got this idea. Like, all of those ideas, I think, we should be excited about doing those. And like, that's innovation. Like, that's the fun part. You know what I'm saying? So make sure y'all are like pushing it to the max with this.
Thank you.
100%.
Thank you so much for that. Definitely.
Yeah, you might as well. I mean, you already got the platform. Y'all got the name, the camera, the personality, the show. What are we doing?
And honestly, it's a blessing to be able to do what we do for a living. We could be doing a lot of other worse things. We're making cool stuff, building podcasts,
Right.
It's a blessing.
Creative
Huge
style.
blessing. And we work with people we love. So
yeah, that's the tough
can't
part.
beat it.
That's the tough part, man, when like you don't really love your coworker. It's hard.
Our coworkers are legit.
I have been there, and I literally, these guys can vouch for me. I literally messaged the team last night.
Yes.
Never before working here had I had a job where Sunday night I'm excited to go in.
Yeah.
And it's because of the people. Like, honestly, I joke with Peter and Rob, our leadership. This was back in January. And, we were kind of restructuring some things. My role had kind of shifted, and I was about to go on maternity leave and all this stuff. I said, look, y'all, you could literally hand me a mop and say, go handle the floors here. And I would do it, because that's when you work with people that you care about, that's what comes of it. You literally could tell me to mop the floors here, and I would do it.
That's culture. So kudos to y'all. Like, that's another word that we need a whole nother show about. It's just culture.
Yes.
Heck
like,
yeah.
You gotta talk about it. It's not always there. There's so many different kinds. And to keep it super funky with you, you know what I want to talk about? Can we be honest about when maybe we've worked in a toxic culture that we didn't want to say that?
Yeah. Fortune 500.
It's like,
I can name names.
Dude, I'm struggling at work. Like, work is mad stressful right now. It's like, where are people talking about that at? It's like, nah, I got my RSUs, I just bought a Lambo because we just went public. Like, oh no, we just did. I'm like, I get it, bro. I get it. You got your shit together. Everything is perfect. Okay, what about the people like me who work is stressing me out so bad, and the culture is like so toxic? I want to talk about that. So those type of topics, like them honest topics that I don't think people get a avenue to discuss, and you need that. Because I want you to be
a great episode
to like be empowered to try to fix it if you see it, or understand that you deserve better at minimum, not just put up with that. On something like,
yeah. And if you've never been in a good one, you don't know what. No, you don't even know what you're missing, which is awful that you have to put up with that garbage.
A good work culture versus bad culture is like day and night, yo.
Oh man.
Yes.
Same job, same
Oh.
company, same everything. Just imagine if you like, y'all can't do this, but imagine if Heyo was the complete opposite, where like leadership was not what you said it was. Y'all was not vibing like this. Lexi,
I wouldn't be here.
Felt like everybody was always like, "You're too young to do any good designs. Your stuff is always so new and whatever." And it's like, Michael, you care about his hats, and you like, "Yo, why is work so fucking expensive?"
And I would literally not work here. I'm at that point in my life where I'm like, I'm not trying to do that anymore. I've done that.
Real,
I know what it's like. It's awful and hard pass.
Yeah, so there's a lot of cool topics that like we can talk
All
about.
right, we're doing this. That's a great one. We need to pull that episode
job
together.
market, which is really right now too. So
it's not great.
Support with
definitely
that.
not great.
How do you find a job nowadays in 2025, 2026? What skills do you even need to have to get a job? I saw some stuff where the guy from like the chief design officer at Shopify was like, don't even say UX on your resume when you're applying.
Really?
Don't even use UX. Don't even use those letters like that no more.
Wow.
That's crazy. I'm also like interested what your take on AI is. Like,
love it. Get it. I just feel like it's one of those, like the train's already left the station is how I
100%.
Like the train's left the station. So do you want to, unfortunately, just miss it? You want to get hit by that or you want to like get a seat on it? Get a seat on it and ride it. You know what I mean? And I think there's a lot of positives to it. I do know there's positive and negatives to everything. I don't really feel like I have the power to stop the negatives of AI. I think I can control how I use it and not use it in a malicious way. And then I think the flip side of that is I can really learn how to use it. I can be educated in it and I can use it to make my life or my work or whatever I'm doing, my finances better. And that's pretty much the side that I've been playing. It's a new space. It's super interesting. It's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of money in there. There's a lot of innovation, a lot of ideas, opportunity. Let me find where's my space in AI. That's
yeah.
Add it to your arsenal.
For sure.
In my opinion.
And design is like there. Like another piece I'll give you is like I know y'all saw YC, which is the big accelerator program out here that pretty much all the big companies have went through, like DoorDash and all of them went through. So they was like, yo, this is the age of the designer. Like, this ain't the age of the engineer now. This is the age of, they want to see more design, like more designer founders starting business.
I saw a lady talking about that the other day. That was the next wave for us was that we were going to be the founders of lots of cool things.
Designer founders, because it's like
designer founders.
Cool.
UX, like because UX is so important and brand and like feel and like all of that stuff is so important. If you have leadership that comes from that industry or has experience doing that, then there's a good chance you're going to launch a good product versus if you just all engineering and no like design at all. You can tell when something's been designed by engineers. It just don't flow as it might work, but it might not it might not flow as good. It'll work because I'm not trying to front on no engineers, but you know that's not their strong suit.
No, they're all geniuses, but it might not look pretty.
Just to be like so real with you, we were trying to find a social analytics tool to use for like we have, you know, Heyo as a company, we have some other products that are coming down the pipeline. Stay tuned. So we have all these social media platforms that we're trying to manage. We want to see all of that data in one place. And we were using one thing to schedule and the analytics reports are just garbage. So we're trying to find something else. And we came across this one product that seemed like it would be great. And it was built by engineers. And when we tell you, I mean, Mike can attest, we were literally sitting there like, how do we use this thing?
What is going on?
Like, there's so many things that it says that this can do, but like, where are they? They're not it was built by geniuses, clearly. And they were so helpful.
Four geniuses.
But it was 4 geniuses, and we were like, we love y'all.
But remember,
your
we're the
product
geniuses too. That's the part.
We are in our own right
too. Like,
in our own right.
It wasn't 100% done by geniuses because you was missing something. You was missing us in there for me to be able to say, we don't need any of this. Or how about I love as a designer when I'm talking to people and you just say something and it's almost like their head just exploded. And it's like, well, maybe we don't have to do that. What if we just do this over here with this instead of that and that? And they're just like, yo, how did you even come up with that, man? Like, yo, that was such a good idea. And I'm like, you see, that's the value of having somebody with a design background in the team or on the project or in helping solve the problem. Because the way I solve problems is just different.
Yeah.
Yeah. Invite us into spaces and we will make them better.
Oh, love that. Yeah.
You're better off with us than without us. Like, that's 1,000%. I'll tell you that shit.
Oh, 1,000,000,000% agree.
For sure. I think, what you were saying earlier about like designers are having like their next moment is like, especially with the advent of AI, like things like Lovable, like we're also able to bring product to market without having to rely on engineering. Like we can be everything, you know, and like have all of our little brain babies come to life, which is really nice.
We sitting at the table now. It's about ambition now.
Yeah.
Like, listen.
Oh, yeah.
AI fast forwarded all the tools and gave you resources that when I was getting started, it was like literally manual. Now it's almost like you're doing something manual. And I think that's what...
Why are you taking all that time?
Right. I just think you have to be wise and have your eyes open, and you have to be hungry about wanting to learn about AI. Like I told my cousin, he hit me the other day and was like, oh, should I join this program? He was showing me something from Instagram. And I was like, I don't think you should join that course. Because I was like, I don't want you to learn AI from such a like super watered down broad perspective like that. Like they were going to work with like 20 apps or something like that. And I was like, I kind of want you to really think about what you want to do. And then now think about how do you integrate AI to help do that? And that's your intro into AI versus, some people know how to use ChatGPT, but that's just not like that's the poster child for AI, but that's like not it. Like there's so much more to it than that. So when you only look at it from the perspective of these tools, you're not looking at it from understanding the technology and how you might be able to create a tool that doesn't exist, or you might be able to do something different. If you're just looking at it as, oh, I can use ChatGPT or Claude or something. It's like, man, there's a whole world of AI. I want you to have a better understanding of the problem you want to solve. And now you're like, you know what? If I can solve that problem using this and this and this, then I'll make my product better.
Truth.
I can get it built faster. That's a better way in the door to stuff versus just, hey, learn like 5,000 AI apps that you'll be in the same spot you were.
And you might not even use them all.
You're not going to use none of that. That's not how people work. That's not how it goes, You won't use none of that. I'm all for AI, Shelby. Like, I'm all for it. I think everybody should learn it. Last piece I'll say is in the UAE, they're making it mandatory. As of now, the UAE's government has made learning AI mandatory from K up.
Wow.
What?
K up. K to 12.
Kindergarten?
You know what I will say?
I don't know, man.
I do think, you know what? I do get that that's like a lot, but I also think it will help people combat the misinformation that AI is being used to create or put out there and say like, oh, look, like this is what it is when it's not. I think that like that also ties into critical thinking of, I think there's a lot of people who just like throw vomit at AI and expect it to come out like diamonds. I think when you're intentional with the tools, it also like you are having to think about how you're using them. So it's a critical thinking skill as well. I kind of think that's neat.
What you waiting for? Teach the kids now, K through 12. They rolled it out through the government. Like, nah.
Well, they
playing that.
This is the first time I've ever seen in any syllabus. My youngest son started high school this last week, and my other three are grown. But in all the syllabuses of all the stuff, now there's a section in every syllabus about AI usage and what they look for and how they combat against plagiarism and like using it to do your assignments and stuff like that. I was like, Yeah. Okay. That's the world we live in now. Like we had different uses, and now they have a computer to do all their work. So
I love it. Like
it's
I
interesting to see where it's going for sure.
Like I could talk about it forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever.
We'll do another episode of that too.
AI. Like I think they should be able to use it for sure. What I'm not with is like I'm not with laziness. I've never respected
100%.
So
don't let it replace you.
To deliver me a paper and you think all you had to do was copy and paste and put something into a tool like ChatGPT and export that and turn that in. It's like I want people to know, why do you even have the audacity to do that? Like, why would you think it's that easy? Like, why would you think, if you think it's that easy, then you get an F? Because that's just pure laziness.
Automatic.
Versus you built this paper, you learned how to cite references, you explained the parts, you used the Chat GPT to make the paper. You didn't just have it do everything. If you're going to do that, you deserve to get an F. And I think a lot of students are going to, you think cheating was bad when we were getting started, it's going to be a whole different kind of cheating because you're not cheating off of another person. You're using these tools and you think you're going to outsmart your teacher. And there's plagiarism tools and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
You really don't have to be that reliant on tools like ChatGPT where you don't know how to write. Like, this could literally spawn a new version of, like, illiteracy. Because think about it.
Oh, man, 100%.
Like, I don't know how to write. I just went to ChatGPT and was like, write me a paper about scrambled dogs and... shit came back with something. But I'm like, yo, this is good. I sent it, submitted it. And you like, yo, this is accurate. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, all I said was write me something about scrambled dogs. If that's all I got to say and I can get like 2 paragraphs back to give to you to impress you, that's tricky, man. That's like, where's my motivation to write? I don't have to.
100%. No motivation. And your critical thinking skills go out the window
so it's a tricky
at that
space.
point.
It's a tricky space we're in. And I think that's why as a society, as a community, as parents, as coworkers, we all need to really be looking at AI from that because it has the ability to be one of those game-changing technologies like electricity, like the internet, like fire.
It's here. It's not going anywhere.
It ain't going nowhere. No. So I'm all on it. Like, I'm learning it.
Speaking of scrambled dogs, if I was going to name a hot dog called the Fonz, what would be on it?
You know what's tricky is I don't eat hot dogs anymore. But if I did, you know what I think makes a really good hot dog is, so first it has to be burnt. Like not like Cajun burnt, but it has to be like way more burnt than
it got to be crispy.
Super.
I got you. You
need ketchup, like not a lot of ketchup, but ketchup. Like a little bit of mustard. Then if like we don't have a budget, then we're gonna spice it up. You know, we're gonna probably put some cheese on that thing. We're gonna put some chili on that. We're gonna probably put some onions on that. And depending on who made the coleslaw, maybe.
So just a chili cheese, like a chili cheese slaw dog, is your go-to.
Yeah. If
So
okay.
Mike is asking because Mike can make this happen.
I know.
Oh yeah.
I don't eat hot dogs anymore.
That's all
the
right,
way
though.
that Shelby collects people, Mike collects businesses.
That's not
Mike collects businesses. Oh my gosh. Mike, you down there doing your thing. You collect businesses, Playboy. You down there doing your thing then. I didn't collect businesses. I like that.
We bought a hot dog place last summer.
Businesses. It's like
that would be interesting hobby.
He legit owns a hot dog place, and it is, I'm telling you,
so good.
If you come to Columbus for Creative South, it's the best hot dog I've ever had. I've thought about it every day since.
Now, I'm not against it, Mike. When I come to Creative South, I will eat a hot dog. I'm not like
I got you.
Anti-hot dog, like, get that. I just don't eat them on a regular no more, but for something like that, hell yeah.
All right. Well, I love asking people that question because depending on where you're from and how you grew up and like, you know, you being from New York,
I'm used to the basic hot dogs.
I'm thinking like so it's a New York style hot dog place, and it like we serve they're all beef, quarter pound hot dogs that are sit in dirty water all day, and that everything's homemade, and I was just curious. Like, I would love your take on it when you're here. If it feels New York,
I grew up on Nathan's
because I'm not New York. I'm
I
straight
just grew
Southern.
up on Nathan's. I grew up basic.
Yeah.
And it's so funny to think back. We used to actually boil hot dogs on the stove and just put them in
Oh,
bread.
everybody does that.
Like,
That's
my
a quick
daughter would look
go-to.
at me
I
like,
microwave them, man. I want a quick snack.
If I gave
in the
my daughter
microwave.
that right now, she'd look at me like, bruh, what the hell is that?
Kids
why
today
would you
don't
do it?
know.
Boil that? And she would look at that and be like, Dad, is this a hot dog? She's like, why'd you cook it that way though? Like what? I'm like, she's like, you boiled it? I'm like, yeah, that's how we used to. And here's some ketchup. Enjoy. My daughter would be like, nah, bro.
Ketchup
Fancy
only is
would
called
be
the kids.
The way
cut
hot
up
dogs
boiled
I
hot
ate them
dog.
and there are now is day and night.
Yep.
Mike,
Well,
it's
I'll
Fancy
treat you
was
to
cut up
when I see
boiled
it.
dog in Kraft mac and cheese. That was bougie dinner.
of
Oh,
course,
that's a
Kraft
good
mac and cheese
that's
and
good.
hot dogs.
Or beans. Put it in beans.
You look, but you know what's out here?
come
Mike?
on.
I'm too hungry.
There's a fancy hot dog spot out here, but it's like Japanese. It's a Japanese hot dog spot. Like hot dogs are big in in Japan. So out over here, they have one that the line's always super long at the mall, and like they kind of,
What place is it?
I don't know.
Is it where they're rolling it in different things, like a corn dog vibe?
Like dough and
those are
Word out my
fantastic.
mouth.
mochi. They're
You
good.
just took the word out of my mouth. I was about to say, like, it feels like on the pictures, it looked like it might be like a corn dog.
Those are awesome.
Yeah,
We have one in the mall
they're good.
also,
Yeah,
and I
there
can't
you go.
remember the name
I'm
of
driving there immediately.
it. It's so good. They're so
never had
good.
one. The line
Like
be
half
long,
filled with
though.
cheese, half filled with hot dog,
Yeah, I'm
rolled,
like, nah,
and
you
then you
doing-
deep fry it, and then roll it in like Cheetos and potatoes and all kinds of crap.
That's not how
Yeah.
hot dogs go. Hot dogs are supposed
No,
to be
I'm saying
It's
from
good.
the place
They're
that
good.
but
I'm
I'm
thinking
saying
of.
no, that's not how hot dogs are supposed to go. Hot dogs
no,
supposed to be
dude, I'm-
basic on the grill, burnt
Yeah.
with a little bit of ketchup.
Yes.
If you have
Me
one.
and you are the same. I go chili cheese.
You don't even have to toast the
Slaw
bread.
dog
You can
is
just make sure
all
the
good.
bread just comes right out the pack. So
We have a good
I'm
potato
old school
bun.
like that.
Yeah. I'll treat you when I see you. When you get to Columbus, we'll
We
do
in
it.
it.
once.
Let's get it. We in it. Nah, this is fantastic, y'all.
We got so many good wisdom nuggets this episode.